Hello everyone, and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to the team at Mercedes-Benz Ascot, I'm bringing you an in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust video of this 2019 Mercedes-Benz A35 AMG. Mercedes-Benz Ascot currently have this, in addition to many other high-specification AMG models for sale, so make sure you check them out using the direct link in the video description. Following the success of Mercedes-AMG's first hot hatch, the A45, and with a desire to offer a slightly more affordable entry-level model and compete with Audi's S3, Mercedes-AMG have created the A35. It is finished here in mountain grey metallic and comes with two new colour options, denim blue metallic and sun yellow. It is generally bigger than the current A45, at 4,436mm long, 1,992mm wide, 1,405mm high, and has a curb weight of 1,555 kilograms. Before we can view the engine and performance figures, we need to pull this red lever, found to the right of the driver's footwell. Then moving around to the front, a small yellow lever needs to be pressed to the right to unlatch the bonnet, which can then be raised up and self-supported on two struts. On the underside of the bonnet, we find the circular pattern for weight saving and hot air management. The A35 AMG is powered by a freshly developed version of the engine found in the A45, a lightweight, front-mounted, single twin-scroll turbocharged 2-litre 4-cylinder engine that produces 306 brake horsepower and 400 Nm of torque. This output produces a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 4.7 seconds and a limited top speed of 155 mph. Once finished with, the bonnet can be brought down and secured with a firm depress. This car is sitting on the optional front and rear 19-inch black AMG multi-spoke light alloy wheels. 18-inch wheels come as standard. Braking is provided by a full AMG performance braking setup with drilled and ventilated discs, 350mm at the front and 330mm at the rear. Stability comes from a new panel found at the front for greater rigidity, in addition to McPherson front struts and wishbones and a rear quad-link system. Passive dampers come as standard, but an adaptive system can be spec'd, which allows each wheel to adjust independently. The A35 also comes with Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC system for four-wheel drive as standard, with a 50-50 power distribution between the front and rear axle. Now we've finished the model overview, we can start the exterior in-depth tour from front to back. The front of the A35 is said to be inspired by motorsport and features AMG-only styling. As this car comes with the optional aero pack, which is said to actively increase negative lift force, we find canards to the outside of these new lateral intakes with central black louvres, thanks to the night pack. We still find the extended lip below, also in gloss black thanks to the night pack, but now with an extended grille over the intake above, in comparison to the A45. Moving up, the main front intake is now more ovular than before, but retains the same dual chrome strip and central Mercedes logo and sensor above this. The newly designed lights are above. The LED daytime running tick is now presented at a sharper angle, and there are now 3 LED main lights. These are adaptive and come with cornering functionality. The bonnet behind retains the lateral dynamic lines, but is softer towards the front. Moving back, we find a smooth roof with the optional sunroof. We can now move to the lateral aspect of the A35. Along the sides, we find extended side skirts in comparison to the non-AMG A-Class variants. Moving up, the Turbo 4MATIC insignia reminds us of the car's powertrain. The wing mirrors are a lot softer than those in the current A45, but are still electrically adjustable, come with integrated indicators, and presented in gloss black, thanks again to the night pack. Moving along, the door handles are generally the same, with the indentations towards the rear hinting at the car's keyless entry system. The fuel tank can still be found towards the left-hand side. The flap can be opened with a light depress. The tank itself has a capacity of 51 litres, with the car returning a combined MPG of 35. Once finished with, it can be fixed back into position with a light depress. Moving up, we find the rooftop spoiler that comes with the optional aero pack. Moving down, we find an LED brake light strip in the same position as before, in addition to the tinted rear window with its single wiper and gloss black flaps on either side. The brake light complexes below have been redesigned. They have been stretched out, with the LED brake light now presented in a connected teardrop shape, with the reverse light below instead of found centrally. Moving down, the reversing camera pops out just above the reg plate, and the model insignia have been moved to the bottom of the boot lid from next to the lights. There's an extended bumper below, and on either side we find these smaller, smoothed out rear arch air release vents, and centrally a new 4-fin gloss black diffuser. The now circular exhaust outlets on either side have a diameter of 90mm and come from the standard AMG valve controlled sports exhaust. Let's hear how it sounds, first in Comfort and then in Sport Plus. Now we've finished the exterior in-depth tour, we can move inside. The new squared-off key comes with buttons to lock and unlock, and, unsurprisingly, the door handles are easy to locate and the doors pull out easily. The current Mercedes models come with completely redesigned interiors, offering high-quality materials and finishes, and the A35 is no different. Inside, we find optional two-tone titanium grey pearl and black leather, with aluminium and piano black inlays. We can now start the in-depth interior tour with the doors. The top panel is upholstered in leather with contrast stitching, now flattens out as we move along it, and finishes with an LED lock indicator. There's a new contrast leather upholstered panel centrally, and aluminium inlay above, with the seat movement and optional memory and heating controls. The door release has been moved down to the central panel, just above the leather upholstered armrest, electric window and mirror controls, and new floating door handle. Moving down, we find the quite large open storage area with the first door speaker from the optional Burmeister system. Now moving inside, despite the slightly extended side skirts, ingress and egress is still a straightforward process. As we move along the sill, we first find these chrome and AMG emblazoned kick plates. As we move up, we find the exterior lighting controls and parking brake, and the first manually adjustable air vent. Moving left, we find the new AMG multifunctional steering wheel. Taking a closer look, we find smooth leather at the top, with a 12 o'clock marker, perforated leather along the grip positions, with controls on the left for the central screen, volume and cools. Horn centrally, and controls for the driver's display and cruise control to the right. Moving to the left, we can depress the start-stop button just behind the wheel to turn the car on. Before we move to the screen ahead, we can take a look at the more streamlined stalk for the new 7G DCT transmission, which can be left in full auto or manual, with gear changing taking place via the paddles behind the wheel. As the premium pack has been selected, here we find the extended 10-inch screens on each side. The screen ahead is completely configurable, but as we find it, from left to right, speedo with fuel level, trip display centrally and rev gauge with engine temperature. The central display can show trip since reset, full screen display, basic trip, real-time consumption information, throttle use or driving style graph, and trip from start. We can then navigate to the main option menu with assistance systems first, lane tracking and attention assist. Controls for the car's Bluetooth telephony system come next. Then navigation information with direction of travel, central map and options for full screen map. We can navigate back to the central trip with the next menu, but as I mentioned earlier, the entire screen is configurable. On the right we can also view real-time consumption information, navigation and lane tracking assistance. And to the left, time and date, basic trip info, last trip info, and radio and media display. Going back to the main menu, the radio station with station icon can also be shown centrally, as can media info via Bluetooth or USB connection. Style and display comes next. This changes the style displayed on both screens. The final option menu here is for service information for tyre pressure, different fluid levels and service schedule. We can also turn on the HUD here, and when navigated to, change which info is displayed. As mentioned before, all of this can be controlled using the touch and physical buttons found to the right of the wheel. Moving up, the dash is a more flat area as there's no instrument hood over the screen. It starts with a vent and lateral speaker. We then find the HUD projector, ventilation and speaker centrally, and another speaker and vent to the left. Moving down, we find the second extended 10-inch screen. The new MBUX operating system has replaced the previous system, Command. We start with the screen for telephony functions, where the user can connect their device via Bluetooth or use the Save Contacts list. Navigation comes next, where we can use the controls below or utilise the screen's touch functionality to navigate around the map with pinch and spread, the ability to change perspective and search local points of interest. The display for the full AM, FM and DAB digital radio is next. Stations can be scrolled through here or searched for using the station list. The following screen can be used to set up and use connected devices for media. In Comfort, the user can adjust the optional driver and passenger seat massage locations and duration. Also, and because the premium pack has been selected, we can adjust the colour and brightness of the car's 64 colour ambient lighting system. The AMG Performance screen is next. Here the user can set up the individual configuration drive mode by setting up drive, transmission and dynamic settings. To view vehicle, we need to turn the car on fully. Here the user can view real-time throttle and brake usage and monitor driving style with an aim to become more efficient. In engine, we find real-time oil and engine temperature and power and torque usage, and finally a consumption graph showing a real-world MPG of 27.4. The penultimate screen is for Mercedes Me, which is a mobile phone app that allows the owner to view basic trip and fuel level, to GPS locate their car, and facilitates remote parking assist. The other apps allow the user to search for places to eat, drink, stay, services, and access the browser. The final screen is for general settings, quick access for parking sensors, tow preparation, HUD, various assistance packages, vehicle and lights options and setup, and a digital copy of the owner's manual. There are two final displays we can view on this screen. The first is for the driving modes, from Slippery, which is new, to Individual, then Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. In the final screen, we can view Parktronic information for autonomous parking using the car's sensor arrays, as well as view both narrow and wide rear parking camera views. Below, we still find 3 circular air vents, but now these are formed from aluminium instead of plastic and come with ambient lighting. The button array below has been reduced significantly, now with only the single array, which is for, from left to right, passenger zone temperature control, air direction, fan speed, auto AC, max front demist, hazard lights, rear demist, recirculation, AC rest, sync, and the driver's temperature control. Moving down, we find a larger hatch than before, now finished in piano black. It can be pushed back to reveal a small storage area with USB and 12-volt inputs and 2 adjustable cup holders. Once finished with, the lid can be easily slid back into position. Behind this, we find what Mercedes call their distinct AMG center console, starting here with a touchpad and direct access controls for driving modes, reversing camera, car, favourites. Then the touchpad with return, skip track and home, and to the right, volume scroller, navi and map, radio and media and telephone. There's an ergonomically formed, leather-upholstered handrest behind this, with further direct access controls for the transmission and traction control. The leather-upholstered dual armrest behind can be opened by depressing the button ahead. Inside we find quite a deep central storage area with further device connectivity. Once finished with, the lid can be easily closed. On either side, we find the full leather-upholstered, electrically adjustable heated and massaging seats, here finished in grey pearl and black leather. Movement controls are found on the doors, as seen earlier, and the full AMG versions may be available in the Edition 1 variant of this car. Now we finish in the front, we can move to the rear. Just as with the front, the doors are easy to open and are formed with a top speaker, floating handle with release and window controls below, and at the bottom a smaller storage area and second speaker. Now taking a peer view look around the rear, we find adequate legroom, storage netting below, ventilation centrally and occasional seat behind. If we take a closer look at the individual features in the rear, we can start at the reading lights on either side that come with retractable coat hooks. Moving centrally, the central column projects into the rear with these two manually adjustable air vents. There's a compartment below that offers further device inputs and a small amount of storage. Now looking behind, rear seating is formed from this rear bench, but with more defined side seats with extended side bolstering. The back of the central occasional seat can be pulled down using this leather strap and used as a dual armrest with two deployable cup holders that can be easily pushed back into position. Now we've finished in the rear, we can move back to the front to view the car's remaining storage capacity. Looking at the new layout in the front, we can see the ambient lighting glowing below. There's a new lockable glove compartment underneath. It's illuminated and offers quite a large amount of storage capacity. Moving outside, the boot lid can be opened using the button above the number plate and self-supported by two struts once lifted up. With the seats up, the boot offers 370 litres of capacity. Taking a closer look, we find an indented area to the left with the medkit, ability to lower the rear seats, buckles to secure items, another indented area to the right, and the ability to raise the boot floor to view the spare wheel and wheel accessories. The boot here doesn't have an auto close function, so needs to be closed with a firm depress. We can now move back to the front briefly to view the car's final few features. The large leather upholstered sun visors can be easily folded down to reveal illuminated vanity mirrors. Moving centrally, there's a new control array with buttons for front and rear reading lights, Mercedes Me and SOS calls, and the button for the sunroof. Pulling this back retracts the shade and opens the sunroof, and pushing it down does the inverse. Moving ahead, we find this deployable sunglasses case and the auto-dimming rear-view mirror below. So that concludes my in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust video of this 2019 Mercedes-Benz A35 AMG that's currently for sale with Mercedes-Benz Ascot at the time of publishing. You can find all of their contact details in the video description. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.